Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? So glad to have you guys here. I'm Shad Thibodeau for another Monday Morning Mentor. And we're going to be talking about selling today. So many of you guys, you're building products, you have businesses, you have services, you have messages, and now you want to make money from them. And, you know, you've got all different types of ways to do it. Well, I want to tell you what I believe is the easiest way to make money online, and that is through Facebook Live. So welcome, 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 welcome. I want to join everybody who's watching us this morning in my personal page and on my Shad Thibodeau professional page. And I want to welcome everybody in the ClickFunnels Design Academy. And I also want to welcome everybody in the LaunchFuel Online Coaching Academy who is watching us today. So we got several rooms going today, and that's how I like to do it, okay? There's a couple tools that you can use. One is called Live Leap, okay? That's the one that I like, is a Live Leap. And I'm just looking here. I'm trying to go live on my LaunchFuel room, and let's see if I can make this happen. And so you can do that. But I've got to tell you that with Live Leap, there is a little glitch with it, okay? And it's not necessarily with Live Leap, it's actually with Facebook. And the glitch is that they no longer allow you to broadcast in groups through Live Leap. They're going to. I think that's a glitch that they're going to get fixed, but they stopped doing that. But if you have any type of professional page or whatever, I like to use Live Leap. And what I like to do is I like to go live in my personal page and have it synced to my groups and to my professional pages. Now, once again, they don't let you sync to groups right now. So what I've got going on is I actually have 3 screens open, and I'm live right now in all 3 screens. So the downside to that is I got to, you know, go back and forth between all the groups. So I want to welcome you guys here. We got a great training for you guys this morning. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a text. Hey, I want to welcome Cody and Renee and Dallin. Hey, doing Sanchez and Corey and Harmony and Anahi, and what's up, Randy? Randy, I got to do some comedy, man. You got to get me back on your show. I got a whole new set. I think your folks will love it. What's up, Kathy McDougal and Diacre and Sanchez and Christina again, and got lots of you guys on this morning. I want to welcome you. Grab a pencil and a piece of paper. I'm going to jump in. I'm just going to dive right into the teaching this morning, and I'm going to see if I can help you guys make money online. Before I do, how about a story? Okay, how about a story? So at the beginning of this year, come January, I sat down with some personal goals. As many of you guys know, I changed my entire business plan with what I'm doing back in August. I launched it in September. I launched my online coaching in September. I really got serious in October, and we did really good. I had a really good September, October, November, December, January, and February. Just did really good financially. And just trying to figure this whole thing out. So, but I did set a goal for myself that come October of this year, I wanted to have my first 6-figure month, okay? I wanted to have my first 6-figure month. I typically have done relatively well financially most of my life, you know, but that's when I was doing consulting and I was in the church world, and but this marketing thing was really crazy for me. So crazy that the first year that I did it, I made $14,000 combined. Literally, 14 grand combined in my first year of digital marketing. Needless to say, that was well below the poverty level, that was well below minimum wage, and I just knew something had to change. So I shifted everything up, began to get some momentum, began to figure some things out. I invested in some coaching, I invested in tons of online courses, and I finally figured this whole digital marketing thing out. And so January of this year, I set a goal that come October, I wanted to have a 6-figure month. I'd seen people like Akbar Sheikh do it. I'd seen people like Julie Stowen do it. You know, I'd seen people like Dan Henry do it. And I'm like, you know, those are all really great marketers, but I believe that I'm getting to their level. Okay, I may not be there yet, but I believe I was ascending to their level. And if they were having 6-figure months, I wanted to figure out how to have a 6-figure month as well. So I gave myself a 9-month buffer and said, come October, that month, I'm going to do my first 6-figure month. So I set a goal. So fast forward the clock here. Here we are in March, and we're getting ready to go to Funnel Hacker Live. And at Funnel Hacker Live, I got to just tell you the story, okay? Leading up to Funnel Hacker Live, I just put together my online group coaching, okay, for the first time. I just put that together. And I said that I was going to shy away a little bit from a lot of the one-on-one that I was doing, because I had at the time I had 17 one-on-one clients, and it was great, but it's a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, and I felt like I could get many of these clients the same results with group coaching as opposed to one-on-one coaching, but yet they could afford it a lot more if it was a group coaching. And so I put together my group coaching program. It's called Lost Field Coaching Academy. And basically what it is you know, I was going to do weekly group coaching where I do some teaching like this, and then we're going to help people on their individual level, put together a process, an 8-step strategy that people can launch their product, and we got micro steps for that. You know, then got all the tools and resources, etc. And I decided that I was going to charge some money for that. So at Funnel Hacker Live, I decided to get that assessed. So I talked with 2 experts, laid out everything that I was doing, and both of them came back and said, Chad, this is like really good. This is what the high level people do. You've got the goods. You got to charge $25,000 for this group program if it's going to be a year long. And the more I got thinking about that, I'm like, no, I can't. So anyway, long story short, I brought my prices all the way down, and I'll tell you about the prices in a minute. I'm not here to sell you this morning. I'm here to show you how to sell this morning. So right before I went to Funnel Hacker Live, I started my group coaching. I just outlined it. Okay, on a sheet of paper. Here's what I'm doing. I did a mastermind in Phoenix the Saturday before. Did some teaching, and we made some sales. So now, right before I go to Funnel Hacker Live, one of my students, a female, texts me, and she says, Chad, I really believe that Funnel Hacker Live is going to change my life. Funnel Hacking Live. I really believe that Funnel Hacking Live is going to change my life. I said, awesome. Well, you got to get there. Well, this was way past the ticket deadline. This is, you know, the plane tickets were going to be really expensive. She goes, Chad, I just can't afford it. I can't afford a ticket, and I can't afford an airline. So I made a phone call to somebody that I know in the ClickFunnels world, and we were able to get this gal a ticket. Somebody had bought a ticket and decided they couldn't go. It was way past the transfer deadline, and they just said, hey, we're going to just give this to her. So we got our free ticket to Funnel Hacker Live. And she said, thank you for the free ticket to Funnel Hacker Live. The problem is I can't get from where I am to where I want to go. So I went in and I bought her. I'd never met this person before. I just coached her. I had bought her with my airline miles. I bought her a ticket from where she lived to Orlando. Well, if you guys know, when the first day of Funnel Hacker Live, there's tornadoes and weather was bad and everybody was getting diverted. And her plane was scheduled to land in Dallas, and she had a 5-hour scheduled layover in Dallas. Okay, and she was going to get on the plane and make it to Orlando. Well, you know, the tornadoes were crazy, so that 5-hour delay got delayed even more. And she got so frustrated at this really long delay, because she was already going to have to wait 5 hours. They told her it was going to at least be 2 more, if not 3 more hours after that because of the weather. That what she did was she went to the ticket counter, pulled out a credit card, bought an emergency ticket back to where she lived, and just aborted the whole situation and went home. And so at Funnel Hacker Live, I got really mad. Not mad, that's the wrong word. I was really frustrated because I pulled some strings to get her a free ticket, and I actually paid for her plane ticket because she didn't have any money. But somewhere along the line, she had enough money to get all the way back to where she lived, and I was a little frustrated with her. So I go on, and I'm telling this because this is the power of stories with Facebook Live, and then I got a 7-step strategy for you. So I go on the Wednesday morning of Funnel Hacker Live, and in my room, I just go live, and I'm just telling the story. And what I began doing was I told the story about how, just like I told you, and I said, you know, in business and in life, isn't this how it works? You believe that you're one funnel away from changing your life. You believe that you're only one break away from getting your message out to the masses. You believe that you're only one break away from literally making a positive impact financially, positive impact emotionally, positive impact spiritually, and changing the trajectory of your life. You believe you're just one funnel away. But so many of you, when you go to launch your business, you run into a little bit of turbulence, and I intentionally use that word. You run into some turbulence, and that turbulence gets you aggravated, gets you frustrated, and you just give up. You turn around and you go back home. And so I began sharing the story, and I said, how many of you are like that right now? And, you know, comment after comment after comment after comment after comment. I said, you know, sometimes to get to it, you have to go through it. And it's the process of going through it that you develop your story. You develop the story that actually relates with people. You develop your story that empathizes with people. You develop your story that ultimately can become the best sales tool that you have. And I shared my story, how on August 11th, this past year, how I literally had $11 in my bank account. $11 in my bank account. And I was ready to give up. I was ready to just go get a job. So much so that I started driving Lyft at night. I went and got my car registered, and I started driving Lyft from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. every single night just so I could put money in my bank account so I could, like, literally pay my bills. So I had to drive Lyft every night. But I wasn't going to give up on my dream. I knew that I was only going through some turbulence, and I wasn't giving up. I was going to press through. And I did press through. And so that week, that funnel, that Facebook Live literally has changed my world. Let me tell you why. Because that morning, when I told that story, I then told them, here's what you really need to get through it. And I gave them a 6-step process. And I just sort of made it up on the fly. James Smiley, a really good coach, he gave me some of these pieces. And I took some of what he said and put it with my own logic. And I just created these 6 things up on the fly. And I said, here's the 6 things that you need. And I just laid them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then after I said that, I said, you know what? I want to be able to help you. I want to be your coach. I want to be able to grab you by the hand. And I would want to be able to walk you through it. I wasn't planning on pitching that day. I wasn't planning on selling that day. I didn't even, and still don't even, have an order form for people to purchase. But I just went through and said, here's what I want to do. And if you're interested, I want you to send me a direct message. Well, that morning, I sold 7 of my coaching programs. That morning on one Facebook Live. The next morning, I did another Facebook Live from Disney World, and I taught one thing that one of the people did, and I sold another 7. And then I sold 2 more before the end of the week. So that's 16 coaching programs that I sold on Facebook Live. From that, I also got a really big high-end, my second ever high-ticket $25,000 product. I sold that from a Facebook Live. I sold 2 $3,500 funnels, and I sold 2 $1,500 a month Facebook management programs, all from those 3 Facebook Lives. Long story short, I didn't have to wait till October to have my first 6-figure month, because holy smokes, I had a 6-figure week. Really, I had a 6-figure week, first one ever. And I literally went to my bedroom and I literally cried my eyes out, because I'm like, what the heck has just happened to me? And I remember texting some friends, and I texted my sister, like, I don't know what's going on, but right now my inbox is just blowing up. And all these people want my products, they all want my services, they all want my coaching, they just sort of want to be part of my tribe, and it's crazy. And since then, we have put out over another $100,000 of proposals, all from Facebook Live. And most people are really surprised to find out that I've never done a webinar for me. I've done over 220 webinars for other clients. I've never done a webinar for me. People are very surprised that I've never sent out a sales email. I don't even have an email database, and people are very surprised by that. I do 100% of everything that I do right here on Facebook Live. And you guys see me all the time on Facebook Live. And I make 100% of my sales through my coaching right here on Facebook Live, and I hardly ever pitch. You'll hardly ever hear me sell you on a Facebook Live. But what I've learned about the power of Facebook Live is if you can be consistent, and you can be in their living room day after day after day after day, there's just something begins happening where they begin looking at you as an expert. They look at them as a student, and they believe that they can learn from you, and something psychologically happens. So I want to give you just something I put together this morning. Okay, this is not scientific. This is just sort of, as I look back as far as what I've done, how is it that I had my first 6-figure week? And those of you who know me, you know I don't talk about money ever. Okay, so I'm not telling you that to brag, or you'll never see me post it anywhere. I'm not showing you screenshots. I'm not going to show you my Lambo because I don't have one. I live in a very modest home. This is 1,600 square feet. It's 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. My kids share bedrooms because that's just what we do. I don't have anything fancy. I drive a 2009 Infiniti QX56. It's a beautiful car, but it's a 2009. I pay cash for it. I don't have any bills. I don't have any debt, and that's just sort of how I like to live my life. I'm very modest. Okay, and so I'm not trying to tell you how to become a scumbag or how to become a douchebag and make all this money and rub it in everybody's face. I'm not doing that. But what I do know is that now that the finances have begun to flow, I do know that I can help a heck of a lot more people, and I help a ton of people. I do know that I'm able to provide my kids at the level that I've always wanted and desired. I do know that I've been able to pay off almost all of my debt, not all of it, but almost all of my debt. You know, I do know that. And I also know that I've been able to start putting money away for my future, okay? And because of that, the stress level goes down, the anxiety level goes down, all of those things go down. So how many of you guys want to learn how to sell on Facebook Live? You guys want to learn that? Is that okay if I teach you that today? I would love to do that. While you guys are tuning in, I'm going to just come back to some of the comments. Love you guys. I love your comments. Stephanie Tan, how are you? So good to see you. Yvonne, so good to see you. Shanna, hey, how are you? Shanna, you should have got an email from me this morning, or actually from Marissa. Kelly says, I have some free travel for you all if you need it. I want some free travel, Kelly. Diakri says, should have signed up for that ticket. Yeah. Well, you know what, Diakri, we're going to do some stuff for you. You just hang around me, and we're going to get you some training. We'll get you to the next level, okay? Awesome. Kevin says 16 sales. Nice. That is awesome. How many followers do you have? Greg, I'm really surprised to know that I don't have a ton of followers. I'm sort of relatively new at this game. I've only been a ClickFunnels coach, or an online coach since September. I've been able to grow not a huge following, but I've been able to grow an incredibly loyal following, and that's what I want to talk with you about today. But I grow an incredible loyal following because I believe that the extremes is what attracts people, and mediocrity and in the middle is you don't get a following. So I try to be on the extreme of, I try to give everything away, okay? So people who know me, you know, out of all the followers that I have, very few of you have ever spent money with me because I try to give almost all of my stuff away. That's sort of my MO. Given, it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So I try to give most of my coaching away. I try to give all my ebooks away. I do the free ClickFunnels Design Academy, and my students in that Design Academy will tell you I don't hold anything back. You know, I don't bribe you. I don't say, well, do this, and if you want this, you got to pay me. My MO is I want to just give you everything I got for free, and I believe that the goodwill will happen, and then when it comes time for you to pay for something, that I'll be the first guy that you look to, and that sort of has proven. So I don't have a very large following. I do have almost 5,000 friends on Facebook, and I've got about the same amount of people on my professional page right now, but just because I did a little trick to move people from my Facebook page over to my professional page, I found out a little trick on how to do that because I got to start. You know, I don't have any more room on my Facebook page, but that's it. That's all I have. I don't have a huge email database. I don't have any of that. Shanna says, can I ask you how you were able to grow your business self on Facebook besides a typical friend? Yeah, Shanna, I'm going to teach you that today, okay? That is why we admire you and look up to you. You're real, you care, and we can see that. Thank you, Shanna. I really appreciate that. All right, so let's learn a little bit. Let's learn some stuff here. I got 3 rooms of going back and forth. Love you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. I just have the most incredible people ever. All right, so let's jump in, okay? You guys ready to jump in? Okay. What I want to do is I want to talk with you how to sell on Facebook. So point number 1 is I want you, and if somebody can, and I got 3 rooms open, so somebody on my professional page or somebody on my personal page, if you guys want to take notes for me, here's what you got to do. Number 1, you have to bring the goods consistently. You have to bring the goods consistently. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay. In other words, if you're going to be selling online, you can't be mediocre. You got to be excellent. Okay. The beautiful thing with Google and YouTube, you can learn how to be excellent like that, right? Because you can go see what other people do. You can learn it. You can study it very quickly, and then you can formulate your own ideas and opinions from that. And you know that you can have a pretty good proven process quickly. Okay. So, but you got to bring the goods consistently. Now, here are 5 areas that I believe that you can talk about and teach on a Facebook Live on a pretty consistent manner that people would be interested in and would want to know, okay? Here they are. Number 1 is you can do coaching, okay? About 80% of the stuff that I do on Facebook Live is coaching. I'm a coach. I love to coach. I love to teach. I can't help it. It's just in my blood. It's just in my DNA. When I come online, I just want to teach. I want to help. So you can bring some kind of coaching, and it doesn't matter what type of coaching. It could be life coaching. It could be Facebook ads coaching. It could be digital marketing coaching. It could be parenting advice. It could be relationship advice. It could be business advice. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You can do any type of coaching. If you're selling multi-level marketing and you guys get health products, like I have a lot of friends that do It Works, and I have a lot of friends who do Plexus, and I have a lot of friends who do Isagenix. I tell people to get on there and stop selling It Works, stop selling Isagenix, and stop selling Plexus, and start teaching people, be their coach, and start giving them information on how to live a healthy lifestyle. You can do any type of coaching. Second thing is you can do reviews, okay? Any type of reviews. So let's say that you, let's take our multi-level marketing friends. Let's say that you can do a review, right? So you can take a Plexus product, an Isagenix product, an It Works product, and you can go online and you can do some kind of review, okay? Yeah, you can review any type of product. Let's say that you're doing affiliate sales. You can review ClickFunnels versus pages, okay? Do a review right online. Let's talk about the pros of ClickFunnels. Let's talk about the minuses of ClickFunnels. Let's talk about the pros of lead pages. Let's talk about the minuses of lead pages. And then what you can do is at the end, you can give an opinion if you want to, or you can just offer free affiliate links and people can jump on and try it themselves. You can do any type of review. This is also true with like restaurants, okay? You know, you can review restaurants, you can review recipes, you can review food, you can review TV shows, okay? You can do different types of reviews. Third thing is you can do interviews. You can bring on an expert, okay? With programs like BeLive.tv, you can put you on one side and an expert on one side. You guys can do Facebook Live and you can interview them on a particular topic. That's really good if you don't have any type of list, because you can then target those people and you can siphon some of their following and you can introduce yourself to them. Fourth thing is you can do some kind of workshop, okay? Any type of workshop. You know, let's say that you want to teach people how to I don't know, how to knit, right? So you can do a workshop on how to knit your favorite things and make money for charity. I don't know, I'm just literally making that up, okay? Danny says, just jumped on. Woo, it's chat time. Christina says, do you boost the lives and pay for video view ads? I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. I don't, but I'll talk to you about how you can do it. Greg says, I give everything away, but how do you make any money giving everything away? What is the missing angle piece? Greg, we'll talk about that at the end. Be sure to ask me a little bit later, okay? So you can do any type of workshop, and it doesn't matter, okay? So I have a pastor friend that we developed what's called the Oikos strategy for church growth, and he comes on and he teaches church growth strategies. I have a consultant who will come on here, and he'll take one piece of his consulting, and he'll do a workshop on it. So he doesn't feel like he's got to go and you know, set up shop at some hotel. He can literally do it on Facebook Live. And you can do that both free and paid. So you can do it paid if you set up a private group, okay? You can set up a private group. People can pay to be in that group. You can charge them $99 for the workshop. They can pay you via Venmo or pay you via Square or pay you via PayPal or whatever. And then when they do, you send them a permalink to your private group. They ask for permission to join it. You approve it. If they didn't pay, you decline it. And then you can go in that group and you can teach some kind of workshop and you can do something paid for them. What's really nice about that is you can typically do it really, really inexpensively because, one, it's not going to cost you any money. You're going to teach whether people show up or not. But two, they don't have to travel. And so you can go in and charge like $19 to $29 to $39 for some kind of live workshop. People will pay that money. They'll come in and be with you, and then you can sell them something higher at the end of the workshop. And the fifth thing that I can use to bring the goods consistently is you can do some kind of backstage pass. Show them behind the scenes. People are always asking me behind the scenes, well, how do you do this? And how do you do your Facebook Live? How do you get it out to the group? How do you make money? Like Greg was just asking, how do you make money when you give everything away? How do you do that? Hey, Chad, when you travel, like what apps do you use? Or when you go internationally, you know, how do you do cell phone service? Or what? People are always asking me questions about my behind the scenes, and I love it. So when I used to be in the church world, we used to do these huge productions. And so I got into lights and sound and fog and, you know, stage setup and egress and ingress. I get into all that. So now when I go to churches, it's crazy. I don't even listen to the guy speaking. I don't even, you know, all I do is I look around. Sorry, my allergies are getting me. I just look around and I want to know, how do they do that? How do they do that? I'm a sucker for behind the scenes, and we all want behind the scenes. Don't we want to know how people did things? Right. So you can do a backstage pass and let people take a sneak peek behind what you do. I see this all the time, like with these people who will do like, hey, here's how I meal prep. Or they'll say, hey, you know, some of you guys want to know how I have been losing weight. Well, let me show you behind the scenes to my vitamin cabinet, to my workout regimen. Let me show you behind the scenes to, you know, how I eat and how I prep. Let me show you behind the scenes when I go to a restaurant, how I order off the, you know, off the menu. People want to know behind the scenes all the time. And in your business, there is a behind the scenes that people are naturally curious about, so you can teach that. So number one, you have to bring the goods consistently. And I believe those are 5 areas. There's more, but I think those are 5 areas that you can bring the goods on a regularly consistent basis. Now, under that one, here's a couple things. What does consistent mean? That means you need to be on your Facebook Live somewhere between 2 to 3 times every single week. Now, I have 2 of them that I do pretty consistently as scheduled. So, for instance, on Mondays, every Monday, come heck or high water, at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I am on my Facebook Live and I bring you the Monday Morning Mentor. Okay, every Monday. I don't care if I'm in Hawaii, I don't care if I'm in Mexico, I don't care if I'm in Germany, I don't care where I am. Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be live right here. Why? Because so many of you guys have grown accustomed to starting your week off with me. And I love that. And I want to be your mentor. I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to inspire you through the week. So every Monday at 9 a.m., I'm on. Okay. The other one is, now right now we're in between seasons, but on Thursdays at 9 a.m., I do Launch Fuel TV. Thursdays at 9 a.m., I do Launch Fuel TV. And that's where I interview an expert. Now, we're in between seasons right now. That'll kick up here. Season 2 will be kicking off here in a little bit, but that's my TV. I do those very consistently. But typically throughout the week, I will do some kind of impromptu coaching, 5 to 7 minutes, and I typically do it from my car or from walking or something like that. I'll do some kind of impromptu teaching, okay? But I try to be on very, very, very consistently, okay? Second thing is with that, when I bring the goods consistently, is I've got to be authoritative. So in other words, when I come on here, I have to have confidence in my voice, confidence in my stature. I got to be able to look you in the eye, and I have to be authoritative with my voice. I have to tell you what to do. People who are looking for coaching, and that's what I offer, they're not looking for ideas and suggestions. They're looking for a game plan. They're looking for a blueprint. And so that's what I want. I want to give you a blueprint on what you do. So this morning, I'm teaching you how to do Facebook Live, how to make money on Facebook Live. I'm telling you, here's what I do. Now go do it, okay? And so I believe that that's a really good thing. Another one is you need to be, under bringing the goods consistently, is you need to be emotional and you need to be real. Okay, now, the best way to be emotional and to be real is to not be reading off of the script. Okay, now, would this engage any of you guys? Hi, everybody. My name is Chad Thibodeau, and today I am going to be teaching you how to make money on Facebook Live. How many of you want to have me teach you how to make money on Facebook Live? Yeah, that's not engaging at all, is it, right? Because nobody wants to see you reading something, okay? But you have to understand I'm very organized. There's my notes, right? There's my outline for what I'm going to be teaching you today. So I have a script, I have an outline, but I've got to be real and I've got to be engaging. And the easiest way to do that is just to jump on, be authoritative, step into your genius, step into your greatness, and just speak. You know why? Because people want to hear you. People want to listen from you. And once you understand, once you shift your mindset that people want that from you, they're going to take it. Now, here's the thing. Nobody will watch you if they don't want it, okay? If they don't want to listen to you, they're just going to X out, okay? So just understand that and know that, okay? But because they want to listen to you, they're going to be there. So jump on board and step into that. So when you bring the goods consistently, you got to be 2 to 3 times a week. You got to be authoritative. You have to be still have to be helpful, okay? Your Facebook Lives can't be all about you. Your Facebook Lives have got to be about your client, about your potential client, and you have to be helpful. When I used to do Facebook Lives back in my pastoral days, I would love taking like just one principle that I would teach on Sunday, and I loved applying that to to our audience. And my favorite topic to teach on, even now, is the topic of hope, because I sort of believe that, as the movie says, hope floats, right? And that, when you have hope, you just sort of you're just buoyant. And when you don't have hope, you get down. And I used to always say that, you get down, but if you stay down, you're going to drown, right? So you can't do that. So I loved giving them ways to just sort of make themselves buoyant in life. And my favorite way to do that was to come on Facebook Live and to be able to teach on a pretty consistent basis. Now, back then it was Periscope. It wasn't Facebook Live. But, it's the same exact thing. But you have to be helpful. When you come on Facebook Live, if you can help your audience and you can help your constituency on a consistent level, then it's going to do nothing but help you. Okay, when you help them, it will help you. Why? Because people are going to share. In fact, those of you who are watching this today, if you believe that this information that I'm going to share, I have 6 more points. No, that are not all this lengthy. But if you believe this is going to help somebody make money online through Facebook Live, do me a favor right this moment and just share this link for me. Just go up and just hit the share button. It'll go to your entire people. And I would love to be able to educate them on how to make money online using Facebook Live. And when you help people, people share. When you don't help people, they don't share. So you have to help people. So point number 1, you have to bring the goods consistently. Either coaching, doing reviews, interviews, workshops, or some kind of backstage pass, you have to bring the goods consistently. 2 to 3 times per week at a minimum. You have to be authoritative in your approach. You have to be emotional and be real with people, because people like to connect with people. They don't like to connect with robots. And then you have to be helpful. You have to be helpful. Okay, number 2. You have to give something away, okay? Give something away. Now, giving some, I don't always abide by this. In fact, very seldom do I give something away on my Facebook Live, because I believe that my teaching in and of itself is a good giveaway. Like, I give you a solid outline when I come on and teach. And this solid outline you can write and you can prep and then you can use directly in your business. So because of that, I don't want my coaching to be interfered with by giving something away. So I don't ever compete, so I don't give something away. But somewhere along the line, you're going to want to extrapolate your Facebook Live audience that you don't own, and you want to put them in your email database where you do own them. The easiest way to do that is to give something away. So what you can do, so like let's say that I wrote this up, I wrote this entire outline up, and I said, hey everybody, hey, I'm going to go on and teach you today, 7 steps to sell on Facebook Live, and I wrote it up in a free ebook. If you want it, just go ahead and put your information down, and I could hold it up, and I want to put it this way because I don't want to get copyrighted. I could go like this. I could show people, hey, I've got this. If you want it, just put your email, or just let me know in the comments, and when I'm done, my virtual assistant will send you a link to that, okay? And then I can send them a link to my funnel. They can go on and they can download my free ebook, and then I can capture their information. That's a great way to do something. So many times, especially when you're first getting started, you have to give something away so you can move them from your Facebook into your list, okay? But here's the thing. When you move them from your Facebook into your list, do not sell to them immediately. You don't want to say, hey, everybody, I got my free 7 ways to sell on Facebook. Click here to get it. And you click here to get it and say, great, now that you have it, why don't you go buy from me? Okay, you'll get there, but you're not there yet. All you're trying to do is you're trying to help them. You're trying to add value to them. You're trying to build reciprocity with them. So when you first do this, do not sell. Just simply transfer and add value, add value, add value, add value, add value, and then you can sell. So I call it the drip, 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 drop method. So I drip content, I drip content, I drip content, I drip content, and then I drop the sale, okay? So I give at least 4 pieces of helpful information before I ever ask for a sale, okay? So you want to do the same thing. So you want to come in on Facebook Live, and you want to be able to drip. You want to be able to drip information. Then you can capture their email, and you can give them the free ebook. That's information. Then you want to do at least 2 more helpful follow-up emails about the same content, and then on email number 5, you can invite them to purchase something from you, okay? Get in my group coaching program, come to join my e-course, download or get in my group, or whatever, right? Does that make sense? So you want to do drip, 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 drop before you ask them for the sale. So give something away, use the drip, 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 drop method, okay? Number 3, you want to tell stories to make it more memorable. Tell stories to make it more memorable. If all you do is come on and give content, then people aren't connecting. So you can give content and people may or may not remember it, but when you can tell a story that connects that, I promise you that they will remember. So that's why when I came on this morning, I started with a story. I wanted to tell you about the story about what happened to me at Facebook Live, on how I had my first 6-figure week, and it was incredible. I can't believe it. It was a goal that I had set myself for October, and I wanted to do that over the course of a month. I ended up doing it accidentally. I ended up doing it over the course of a week, and holy smokes, and that's when I realized that Facebook Live is the real deal. Okay, and then I told you a second story about a gal who that I paid for to get to Funnel Hacker Live, paid for an airline ticket, and ClickFunnels was able to help me out with a free ticket, and then she ended up not coming because of a little turbulence. And I told you that story. See, you remember stories. So the third is you have a story to make it memorable, and it doesn't matter what you're selling. Okay, you have to appease their emotion, because people have 2 sides of their brain. They have the logical side and they have the emotional side. And the logical side is always no, and the emotional side is always yes. So you have to be able to hit the logical side so it'll make sense for them, but then you also have to hit the emotional side so they'll buy from you. Does that make sense? So you have to be able to give content and a story. That's why illustrations are so stinking powerful, okay? Paul says, how many times a week do you recommend? I recommend no fewer than 2 to 3 times per week, okay? Shanna says, if you don't have a specific niche, does it benefit you to go live to become more personal? Yeah, Shanna, it does, okay? And here's what you'll find out. What you'll find out is sometimes your niche chooses you, not the other way around. And what I like to do is take 5 or 6 or 7 got your best interest in mind, and ask them, hey, if I was to go live on Facebook Live and give you some free coaching, what would you want to learn? is what would you want to learn? And what you'll find is people do that. You'll find me doing that often in my group. Hey guys, I'm going to be going live tomorrow. What can I teach you? And 4, 5, 6, 7 people will begin telling me things, and I'll begin seeing a pattern. And then, so my niche found me. Okay, I didn't find my niche. My niche found me. What I learned was my niche found me because I try to be generous. I try to be faith-based. I try to coach people, help people. I try to give all my stuff away. And what I found is when I do that, the same like-minded people find me. Okay, and so you'll do the same thing as you begin teaching on a regular basis. Your people will find you. So Shiana, tell me what you do, and let me see if I can help you. Okay. Tell me what you do. While you're writing that, I'm going to move on. Okay. What do we got? So number 1, bring the goods consistently. Number 2, move them from your Facebook to your list by giving something away. Number 3, tell a story and make it memorable. Number 4, rehearse your transition. Rehearse your transition. So here's the components. Here's the outline for your Facebook Live, okay? So if I was to give you an outline, I would tell you the first couple of minutes when you come on, it's the welcome and greeting. The welcome and greeting. Here's what you don't want to do on a Facebook Live. Hi guys, how are you? Chat Thibodeau, got my cup of coffee. Hey, I'm just going to wait for a few minutes until people more important than you come on, okay? Yeah, that's not even good. How many of you do that? How many of you go on Facebook Live and say, is this thing live? Does it work? Stop. If you see the little red button up in the left-hand corner that says it's live, okay? Be more confident in your abilities, okay, by asking if it's live. If the red button is live, it's live, okay? So don't come on there and ask if it's live. Is this thing working? Second thing you have to know is it takes 20 seconds from the time you go live to the time people see you. It takes 20 seconds. And then it's going to take a few more seconds for people to start joining. So your first 20 seconds, nobody's going to be on there anyway, but 90% of your audience will watch you on demand. 9 out of 10 people will watch you on demand, not live. So when you go on there and you're like, does this thing work? Hello? Hello, is this working? You know what? I'm going to wait for some more people to come on before I join you. 90% of your audience is going to ditch you, okay? Because they're not going to sit through all that crap. So when you come on, you got to begin bringing the goods. So the first one is what I call the welcome and warm up. So you come on, hi everybody, Chat Thibodeau here. Hey, it's Monday morning and I got my cup of coffee. How many of you got your cup of coffee? You're going to want it this morning as you prep for the teaching. Make sure you have a pencil and a piece of paper. We're going to get going into the goods. So glad to have you guys here. Oh my gosh, Lisa Cole's on and Kevin Spith's on and Jarantha's on. And all of you guys watching on demand, I am so thankful to have you here. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to sell on Facebook Live. Now what did I just do? I just wasted the 20 seconds that it takes for people to get on. I wasted that time without being wasteful. So if you're watching it on demand, you would actually sit through that and you would watch it because I'm prepping you and warming you up. But what I'm not doing is I'm not turning you off by saying, okay, well, we only have 4 people on right now, so I'm going to wait till we get to 20 people, because all you're doing is, hey, you 4 people who are watching me right now, you 4 people who are taking a chance on me right now, you 4 people who are my early adopters, I don't really care about you. That's what you're communicating. So you don't want to do that. So the first part is your welcome and warm up, where you rehearse it. Hi everybody, and I always say same thing. I got my cup of coffee, get a pencil and piece of paper. It's Monday morning. It's going to be a great week. Today's a wonderful day to be alive. So happy to teach you today. I hope you're ready to learn. Here's what I'm working on today. Here's what I'm teaching today. Let me know who you are and where you're from. And if you're watching this on demand, I'm so thankful that you are here. I can waste that time by doing a welcome and warm up without wasting everybody's time. The second thing is what I do is I give an overview of like what I'm going to do. So the first part is your welcome and warm up. Okay, this is your outline of how you're going to teach. Your welcome and warm up. Second thing is just here's an overview of what I'm going to teach. Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to make money selling on Facebook Live. How many of you guys want to know how to make money selling Facebook Live? And so what I've done by asking them a question, how many of you want to know that? What I've done is people are going to say yes, 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 yes. They're going to give you hearts, they're going to give you love, they're going to give you likes. And the more engagement that you get, the higher your post will go in the feed, because Facebook is like, wow, this must be something that people really want to see. So by asking open-ended questions, by asking a closed question like that, how many of you want to learn how to sell Facebook Live? I'm going to get yes, 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 because that's the only option. If they say no, they're just going to click out. Okay, and that word yes is going to help me elevate. So I do my welcome warm up, and then I So today we're going to be talking about Facebook Live, and I'm going to be teaching you the 7 steps that I use to have my first 6-figure week using Facebook Live. How many of you guys want to know that? Hey, do me a favor, and then if you want to know this, your friends probably want to know this, and you ask for the share, okay? Ask for the share. Right at the beginning, you ask for the share. When 2 or 3 or 4 people share with you, you begin elevating that Facebook algorithm, and you will get visible and viewed by more people. Now, don't worry about the little number that's up in the left-hand corner. Okay, so right now in my 3 rooms, I have a 15, I have a 13, and I have a 19. Okay, so don't worry about those numbers. That's just who's on live with you at that particular moment. Okay, but 90% of your audience will watch you on demand, which means 90% of the audience is going to reply later, 90% of the audience is going to share, so you do that. So you do the welcome warm-up, and then the overview, and then you get into the content, okay? You get into the content as quickly as possible. So today I'm going to teach you 7 steps, Facebook Live, and I get teaching, okay? And I just get teaching. Then you move to the transition. This is the part we're talking about right here in step 4. Then you get to the transition, okay? And you have to rehearse your transition, okay? So you guys want me to do it with you live? Let me do this with you live, okay? I'm going to go through the 4 steps. I'll try to do it quickly. Know that I've put a lot more information in here if I was doing it. But remember, the first part is you got to do the welcome warm-up. Then you got to go to the overview. Then you have to ask for the share. Then you get into the content, and then you rehearse your transition, okay? So here's what it will look like. Hi, everybody. Chad Thibodeau. It's Monday morning. It's time for another Monday Morning Mentor. I got my cup of coffee in my hand. I got my pencil ready. I got my notepad. I hope you do as well. I am fired up about this teaching and training today, and so that's the welcome. So here's what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about how to make 6 figures. Excuse me. I'm going to talk to you about how to sell your products on Facebook Live. I believe Facebook Live is the greatest platform ever, and you need to go fishing where the fish are. There's plenty of fish on Facebook Live, so I'm going to teach you how to do that. 7 steps. How many of you guys want to learn my 7 secrets to selling on Facebook Live? If you want to know that, you guys put yes in there for me. Put yes and start giving me some hearts and loves and likes. Okay, so that's the overview. Okay, and I ask for that engagement because it elevates me up the rank. Then I'm going to move to my ask for the share. Hey, if you guys are going to benefit from this teaching and training today, chances are people that you know would benefit from it as well. So what I'd like you to do right now, I'm going to take a 5-second little timeout, and I'm going to go ahead and share this on a few pages. And while I'm doing it, will you do it for me right now and just hit the share button, okay? So let's all do it. And I'll lean forward, and I'm like sharing, okay? So let's go ahead and do it right now. I'm not going to stop talking, but let's go ahead and hit the share button right now. And if you share this, let me know. Let me know if you shared it, and I'm going to give you something free today. I've got a free little ebook that I want to give you. I'm going to take my teaching, I'm going to put it down in notes, and if you share this, I'll share my notes with you absolutely free. So when you share it, let me know in the comments, and then I'll give you something for free. So did you see what I did? I asked for the share, and I was able to gather their information. Okay. Then I'm going to move into the content. All right, guys. Well, let's get right into the content today. I'm going to teach you 7 steps to selling on Facebook Live. Step 1, bring the goods. Step 2. Moving from your Facebook to your list, giving something away. Step 3, tell a story to make it memorable. Step 4, practice the transition. So I'd go through all my content, okay? And then after I do my content, then I'm gonna transition. So let me do the transition for you. This is what I did on my Facebook Live that we ultimately made $100,000 in a week. Here's what I did. So guys, sometimes to get to it, you got to go through it. You guys should write that down. To get to it, you have to go through it. My friend who believed that Funnel Hacker Live was going to change her life, when she ran into a little bit of turbulence, she exited stage left and she went back home and retreated. But you know what? You can't do that. If you believe that your better days are ahead of you, if you really believe that you're one funnel away from changing the world, then you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, and you owe it to your friends, and you owe it to your potential clients to get through it. But sometimes it's hard to get through it on your own. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you a little bit about how I can grab you by the hand and I can partner with you and I can get through it with you. There's 6 things that you need to get through it. So I want you to write these down. Now remember, I'm just practicing my transition. There's 6 things that you need to get through it. Okay. Number 1 is if you're going to sell online, you need a product. Okay. You got to have something to sell. So many of you guys are trying to make money online and you don't have a product. Or you're not clear on your product, or you're not clear on your niche, or you're not clear on what you're selling. You need a product, a message, a service, a vision. You need to get crystal clear on your product and what your offer is. And I'm going to be able to help you with that, okay? I've been able to help dozens of students all around the world get crystal clear on their product. Then you need a process. Remember the 6 things that you need to get through it. You need a process. And I've been able to put together an 8-step process that you can literally like connect the dots, and when you start, you'll have nothing, and when you're done, you're going to have a full-blown thriving business. I want to be able to teach you that process. The third thing you need is you need access. You need access to a coach like me. Just imagine when you're in the midst of your turbulence and things aren't going well. You launched that webinar, nobody showed up. You know, you're launching your product and nobody buys. You know, 7 out of 10 emails are going in spam. Imagine being able to have access to a coach like me where you can pick up the phone and call me, or you can shoot me a text message, you can give me a Voxer, and I can help you immediately. You need access, okay? And so in my coaching program that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, I'm going to be teaching every single week. So you can have coaching access up to me 50 times per week. Plus, you know, for some of you, I'm going to give you my cell phone number or my Voxer. You're going to have access to me. And others of you, you're going to have access to me in my Facebook group. Fourth thing that you need is you need tools and resources. And I've been, for the last several months, I've been gathering everything that you need to launch your business. And I put it together on a thumb drive, and I want to give you that thumb drive. It's called the Launch Fuel Business in a Box. And you're going to be able to get that for free today. I'll tell you about that in a minute. The fifth thing that you need is, so first thing is you need a product, you need a process, you need access, you need tools and resources. Fifth thing that you need is you need information. You need coaching. You need somebody speaking into your ear often. And the sixth thing that you need is you need accountability and community. And so we've been able to put that together. And I put all of that together in my Launch Fuel Online Coaching Academy. So I'm practicing my transition. I'm giving you the transition. And then I want to be able to offer this to you. How many of you would love to learn a little bit more about my Online Coaching Academy? So did you see that? What I just did with you live there, that was practicing my transition. I had to get them out of the content and into the sale, but I had to do it with a bridge. Okay, I had to bridge them from my content to my sale. I can't just go from content to sale, because if I just go from content to sale, people are going to exit stage left. So what I've got to do is I've got to be able to bridge that gap by sort of telling them what they need. And as an authoritative person, I can tell you what you need. Okay, so it doesn't matter what niche you're in. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're, you know, if you're selling something online. It doesn't matter if you're a pastor. It doesn't matter if you're a counselor. It doesn't matter if you're a coach. Okay, people want to. They have a problem. You have the solution, and you need to tell them how to get from the problem to the solution. And when you can tell them that in your transition, now they're wide awake, they're leaning forward, and they're listening, and they're waiting for you to make the offer to them. Okay? And so I say that. I say, here's the 6 things that you need. I tell them the 6 things, and then I ask for permission to sell them. How many of you would love to learn more about my Online Coaching Academy? How many of you would love to do that? If you want more, let me know. And then all of a sudden, you'll start seeing all the hearts, all the likes, all the whatever. And if they don't, they're just going to exit stage left. Okay? And so from the transition, then I'm going to ask permission for the sale. Okay? I'm going to ask permission for the sale. Okay? And then I'm going to pitch them. Okay? I'm going to pitch them. Okay? That's the 6th part of that. So the overview is the welcome, then the overview, ask for the share, content, transition, ask permission to sale, and then sale. Okay? Ask permission to sale, S-A-L-E, not S, or S-E-L-L, not S-A-I-L. So ask for the sale, and then you go on and pitch them. And so what I do, here's how you pitch. And the pitch is always soft, it's never hard. The way the pitch is some of you guys need this, okay? And you always bring it back to them. Some of you guys need this. You know, some of you guys really resonated with the 6 things that I just pointed out. Some of you really need a product. You got to get crystal clear on your product. Some of you need a process. Well, you got your product, but you just don't know how to sell it. Some of you need access to me. Some of you would love the idea to be able to reach out to me anytime, 24/7, 365. Some of you guys really, you just need coaching. You need more information. You need more coaching. You need to be able to take your knowledge base up. Some of you need those tools and resources, all the contracts, all the email templates, all the funnel templates, all the swipe files, everything that I've ever used to run my business. Some of you need that. Some of you need coaching, or excuse me, some of you need accountability. Some of you need community. You need to rub shoulders with like-minded people. Well, we're going to be able to give all that to you, and then here's how I would do the pitch. Okay? So I just recently had my coaching program evaluated at Funnel Hacking Live, and 2 coaches both evaluated it at $25,000 per year. They said, don't sell this for anything less than $25,000 per year. But you know what? They don't know my audience. They know me. They know my content. They know my product, and they know that it's worth $25,000, but they don't know my audience. And so I work with newbies in the online business, and most of my newbies are broke. Okay, you're broke financially, but you're not necessarily broke mentally. And what you're doing is you're looking for a break. You're looking for someone to give you help out of your pit, so then you can be successful. So what I've done is I've decided to sell this for $7,200. Okay, so you give the pit. So notice what I'm doing in my sale. I started at $25,000. Okay, so you get them thinking that this is going to be a lot of money. I started at $25,000. It was evaluated at $25,000. And if you were to go buy some of those people like the Akbar Sheiks, the Julie Stowers, the Dan Henrys, you're going to be paying upward between $25,000 or between $15,000 and $40,000 for their product. Mine was evaluated at $25,000, but my audience can't afford that. So I decided to lower my rate all the way down to $7,200. But then as I began thinking more about my audience, I'm like, you know what? For most of my audience, even though that's not a ton of money, that's a ton of money to them right now where they are. Maybe a year from now they can afford that, but they can't afford that right now. So I decided then to cut that in half again, and I decided to go all the way down to $3,600. So if you see what I'm doing mentally, what I've done is I started at the high, I brought them way down, and then I brought it down again. So I cut that in half, and I'm going to do a fourth one, and then so $3,600 is a lot of money, but still some of you can't afford $3,600. So I decided to finance this interest-free, and I've decided to give you 12 payments of $297. In fact, if you take the payment option, it's actually $36 cheaper than the one-time offer. Now, here's a little bonus that I have for you today. I told you guys about my business in a box, my Launch Fuel business in a box. It's 1 year's worth of coaching. It's interviews with 26 of the top marketers. It's every email template, funnel template that I have. You guys know that I'm a top 30 designer. I sell all my funnels in the marketplace for anywhere between $197 and $397. Those are in there on my email swipe files. Everything that you need to launch your business, okay, is on that program. And once I launch, I'm going to be selling that for $997 as an upsell. But if you jump on board today, I'm going to give that to you absolutely free. And I'm going to put it in the mail to you so you can actually have it. It's a thumb drive. You can take it with you everywhere you go. And I'll give you instant online access to the resource as well. So if you guys are interested in that, what I want you to do is I want you to send me a direct message. Okay, now notice what I did. Okay, I did a soft pitch. I didn't do a hard pitch. I didn't do a hard pitch. I didn't sleazeball them. I didn't guilt trip them. I gave them a soft pitch, and then I invited them to send me a message in my direct message. I didn't even send them to an order form, mainly because I didn't have it. But I didn't send them to an order form. I said, just send me a direct message. And what happens is it's easier for somebody to send you a direct message than it is for them to go out and fill out a credit card form. So when I sell online, I like to just tell them, if you're interested in this, I just send a direct message. I want to connect with you, and I want to see if this process is a good fit for you. Okay, and then people can begin direct messaging me. Okay, and then what I do is I can follow up. I've got a little email thing. I can follow up with them and say, hey, John, hey, thanks so much for reaching out. Hey, I'd love to be able to have you in the coaching program. And then I get a little blurb. Here's what it looks like. Hey, if you think I'd love to be able to talk with you about it, click the button below, and you can go ahead and sign up. Okay, bam, and they got it. So that's how I pitch. So that step 4 in our process transition, you have to rehearse that transition. You have to rehearse that. How am I going to get them from my content to my pitch? And you have to rehearse that. It's probably one of the most important things that you do. Okay, number 5. Okay, and we sort of touched on this already. After I rehearse the transition, then I tell them what they need. Okay, step 5 is I tell them what they need. Remember, in mine, I said you need 6 things. You need this. You need 6 things. So I tell them what they need, and then step number 6, I invite them to send me a direct message to purchase. Okay, if you think that this is something good for you and you may be a good fit for this, I want you to click the button, or I want you to send me a direct message right this moment. Okay, and then step 7. I follow up with a direct message with a link for them to purchase. Okay? Now, the reason why I don't put a link directly in Facebook Live, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I've had some experts tell me, is that Facebook Live, if they believe all you're doing is selling, that they'll start throttling you, if not shutting you down when you're doing Facebook Live. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I've had 2 experts tell me that, so I'm not going to take that risk. I find a lot more success by having people just send it to me in a direct message. Does that make sense to you guys? Is this making sense? Is this helpful to you guys? All right. Oh, my goodness. Tons and tons of comments. Let me see if I can get to these, okay? Forgive me if I missed some of you. There's dozens of them in here. Tony says, this is what I needed to hear. Don't give up even when you don't know what is waiting for you. Absolutely, Tony. Thank you, Marissa, for putting all the notes in there. Rochelle says, what was the interview software? Rochelle, it's BeLive.tv. BeLive.tv. You can go on there and you can do. There's three options. You have the the one-on-one, then you have the two beside each other, or you can do the talk show version, which is where you can be on with up to 3 other people. You can even share your screen, slides, internet, everything. I like that one. Okay. Marissa, you're amazing. I'm trying to get to your comments. Shanna says, in general, brand awareness, internet marketing, business coaching, and virtual assistant. Okay, Shanna, I hope you're still listening. Shanna, you said business awareness, internet marketing, business coaching, virtual assistant. Those are 4 unique niches, okay? 4 unique niches. You got to be careful because what it sounds like is you can do everything, and if you're not careful, you'll end up doing nothing. So if I were your coach, and you should join you are a perfect fit. You should think about joining my group coaching, because what I'd want to do with you is I'd want to get you to pick one of them. Okay, so pick brand awareness, or pick internet marketing, or pick business coaching, or whichever one you feel like you're the best at, pick it, and then go all in on that one. Go all in on that one, because until you focus, okay, you're gonna be spread out way too thin. And what I can do is I can help you focus on one thing and then create multiple streams of income out of that one business. A lot of the reasons why people have multiple niches is because they want to make multiple streams of income. And what I'm telling people is the easiest way to make multiple streams of income is finding one niche, and let me show you how to make multiple streams of income out of that one niche. We do that through a pretty clever value ladder. So I would tell you just to pick one, okay? So if you were going to do like business coaching, okay, what I would do if you were going to use Facebook Live is I would sit down tonight, I would literally take a piece of paper, and I'd bullet point everything that I know about business coaching, okay? Just bullet point it, okay? So business coaching, okay? So I know how to help people create a product. I know how to help people create a process. I know how to help them use Facebook ads. Just literally bullet point everything that you know about business coaching, mindset, product offering, product awareness, niche marketing, perfect client. I just start bullet pointing everything, and then out of those bullet points, I would just create a schedule that says, okay, over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to go on Facebook Live and I'm going to teach these. Okay, I'm going to teach them, and I'm not going to ask for the sale until I've got enough credibility behind me to ask for that sale. Okay, but I would just go on there and just start teaching on that one particular niche. What you're going to find is they will have carryover effect for you. Most of the stuff that I teach in business marketing, people are very surprised. It's the same exact stuff that I taught when I was a pastor. Okay, because I think growing a church is very similar to growing a business. If you think about it, church is nothing but marketing. Okay, all marketing is you have a product that is going to help people, and you go and you tell people about it. You become the evangelist about the product. You go tell people about it, and then you put them in a crisis position where they either got to make a decision, yes or no. Isn't church the same way? In church world, we believe that Jesus is the good news, right? It's the gospel, okay? And we become evangelists for the gospel. We give that people, we put them in a crisis moment. We say yes. We get them to say yes or no. Okay, it's the same thing. So the same stuff that I used to use to grow churches, I use to grow businesses. And so what you learn is when you pick a niche and you start teaching on it, you're going to learn a skill set that will have carryover effect into all your other niches if and when it's time to go to those. Tony says, so you go with whoever is there and act as if you have 50 people. So Tony, what I do is I don't care how many people are watching me. I speak as if I get 10,000 people in the room. I don't care if it's just you and me. I give you 100% of my best regardless. Okay, because I know that 90% of the people watching will watch on demand, so I just go and I just give you my all. What's really crazy is people who, like for instance, somebody tagged me on a post the other day on a Facebook Live that I did back in November. They just live forever. People find them, okay? People will find it. And so the nice thing too is when you're done with it, we're going to talk about marketing. We haven't talked about boosting it yet, but when you're done with it, you can actually download it, chop that bad boy up, and then you can use it as a teaching tool. So you can run ads to it. You can run traffic to it via Facebook ads. You can put it on YouTube. You can put it on your coaching channel, whatever you want. There's plenty of other things that you can do. So yes, I teach as if I get 10,000 people in the room. Shannon says, hey, Chad, it's like you're in my head. Crazy. Thank you, Renee, for sharing. Michelle says, so glad I let my kids run amok this morning so I could watch all of this. Value bomb drop. Thanks, Chad. No problem, Michelle. Love you, darling. You are amazing. Shalita says, what if someone else post your link in the comments on your live? Would it be the same effect as you posting in your own account? So Shalita, so like if you're doing a Facebook Live and somebody posts your link, will have the same effect? I don't think it will. I think you actually, I mean, maybe, yeah, so they can take your permalink and share it, but it's going to go dead after a while, whereas if they just hit it, if they hit the share button, it's going to have a little bit more effect, okay, because it's actually going to scroll back to your original post, which is really where you want them, and then they're going to be able to see all of the comments. So I think either way it will work, but I don't know if I'm expert enough to say whether they could just take the permalink and put it in. Okay, so lots of other, let's get to this. Holy smokes. Monica says, oh my God, haha, I see that all the time. Durant says, 10 arrested ground control, 10 arrested ground control. Keena says, that's brilliant, and you get your copy, pen, and paper too. This is so good. Keena says, the translations are key, and what has been missing. I think you're referring to transitions right there, Keena. But yeah, transitions are super valuable. Diakri says, this is pure gold. Thank you. Kevin says, great stuff. Shanna says, direct message is more personal. Yeah, absolutely, it's more personal. Christina says, do you think do you then post the Facebook Lives as paid videos as well? Yeah, you totally can. So I've had a couple Facebook Lives that I was really surprised. After 2 days, they got like 1,500, 2,000 views. They tell me that the goods are in that. So what I'll do is I'll post that. So a better way to do it is, if you got a really, like this one here, this is a great thing. I'm going to be turning this into an online course. So I'll be working with like a buddy of mine, like Paul or somebody, and I'm going to have them take this and they'll write this out into like a full-blown online course for me. They'll bullet point everything out. They'll take my teaching and writing it out. So I got cliff notes to go along with it. So what I would do, Christina, is I would advertise this one. I would come up with a clever headline, do a little story form, and advertise it, and people can watch it. And then what I would do then is I'd pin a post in that advertisement that says, want the cliff notes, ? Click the link to get them. They can click it. It'll go to an opt-in page, and then I can capture their information. So if I'm going to boost the post, so if I'm going to put money behind it, okay, then I'm going to make sure I have a way to get those strangers into my inbox, okay? And so I would do that with Cliff Notes. I think that's a much better way. Paul, thank you for sharing, buddy. I appreciate it. Kevin says, how do you broadcast to multiple groups? I think you said you were. Yeah, so Kevin, what I do is you can use Liveleap. Okay, liveleap.com. You can go in there and you can set it all up. So when I'm broadcasting on my personal page, it'll go to Twitter, it'll go to LinkedIn, it'll go to my email group, it'll go to everything. Okay, but Facebook has put a kibosh on third-party software being able to advertise in groups. They just did that last week. Okay, so now what I do is I literally just open up 3 screens. I know it's goofy, but I open up 3 screens, three different tabs, and I'll go live on my professional page, and I'll go live in my Launchfield group, and I'll go live on my ClickFunnels group. So I actually have 3 lives going on at one time, and Facebook they'll just do it for you. Okay, so that's what I do. It's nothing fancy. Shanna says, that makes complete sense because I do feel spread out. Yeah, Shanna, I'd love to see you get niched in. Christina says, I love you. Oh, it's been a long time, Christina, since somebody's told me that, so thank you. So Facebook doesn't troll you. Yeah, can someone put the link in the comments for you? They can, and I do, but I don't like to, yeah, they can put the link in the comments for you, but once again, I don't like to put an order form link in there. I like to just put like, here, get my free lead magnet, okay? Let's see. I think that's all the questions. Am I missing anything else I can help you guys with? I have a lot of fun doing these. I hope you guys have as much fun as I do. Marissa says, wait, go deeper into how you go live on each. Flesh that question out for me a little bit more, Marissa. What do you mean on each? Each what? Go deeper into how you go live on each. Oh, on each group? Yeah, no, okay. So, Marissa, if I'm using BeLive, okay, with Facebook, BeLive makes you choose a place to put it, okay? So I'll go BeLive, and I always put it on my personal page. The reason why I put it on my personal page is I have more people on my personal page than I do anywhere. Okay, I don't care if they're my niche audience, it doesn't matter. I have more people, so I want to go fishing where the fish are. And then Live Leap will make it go to all my other professional pages. Then what I'll do is I'll literally go to my group page. So I'll open up a new tab, you go to CF Design Academy, and I'll put a post in there, hey guys, live teaching, Facebook Live, and I'll hit the live button on that one, and then it's just going to open up just like I'm doing a live, and then I'll open up a new tab. I'll go to the Launch Fuel page, and I'll type in my topic, and I'll hit live on that one. So just like I was going live in it Unique, I can go live in multiple groups at the same time just simply by going and adding a new post, okay? It's nothing fancy. It's really simple. It's very logical. I don't know why more people don't do it, but that's what I do. What I've learned the trick, though, is you have to have multiple screens open. So what I do is I'll open up the Design Academy in one window, and then I'll open up a whole other window for Launch Fuel and a whole other window for my personal page. So I literally have 3 different links open. So they're not all in the same link, or they're not all in the same tabulature. They're in 3 different pop-ups. Okay, so I have them open, and then I just go live, and then I can click on them, and I can follow along with the chat room. That's how I do it. David says, you look like you're having fun. David, I'm having so much fun, dude. You have no idea. I haven't had this much fun since, I was crazy guy up on stage, I have a blast doing this. I love it. Shalita says, we can tell, and we have fun too. Awesome, Shalita. I love it. I hope you have your red hair up for me right now. Anything I can help you guys with before I go? Christina says, so after they opt in to get my free diet ebook, I drop them off to my long sales letter page for the workout. You're saying don't yet, just drip them. Yeah. So what I would do, Christina, if they don't know you, okay, like especially if they're strangers, what I would do is I would create what's called an indoctrination sequence, okay? And so I would help them. So like, let's say that you got a free diet ebook. So you're gonna go on, you're gonna teach Facebook Live about something cool about the diet. You're gonna wave your lead magnet. If you guys want to get it, they're gonna opt into it. And then what I would do is on the opt-in page, I would have a little video where they could watch just a little bit more teaching from you, and then you could tell them, hey, I'm going to send you a series of emails, 2 or 3 emails, okay, and in those emails, here's what we're going to cover, A, B, C, and D, so be on the lookout. And then what I would do is, if you have like this Facebook Live, I got 7 steps here, right? I would send them 7 consecutive emails, and what I would do is I would just take point 1 and I would teach on it. And then I would open up a curiosity loop so they can open up, then watch or read email 2, and then email 3, all the way to email 7. Videos are much better. Like if I had a video series, I would send them a link with a video in it, but it doesn't matter, email or video. I would send them more teaching 3, 4, 5 times way before I ever ask for a sale. So remember, drip, 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 then drop. So I give them at least 4 pieces of helpful content before I ever ask for a sale. Because what's going to happen is it's going to establish your credibility and authority. It's going to add value to them, which is going to be helpful. So then the law of reciprocity is going to kick in, and they're going to feel obligated then to buy from you when it comes time for you to sell them something. So ask them or give them multiple pieces of value before you ever ask for the sale. Okay. But they will want the workout now to buy since it's only 27. Is it okay to drop them off to the sales page? I mean, Christina, there's no right or wrong. I'm just telling you that your conversion rates are going to go up if you wait for that. Okay, if you wait for that. Yeah. So pre-launch funnel. That's exactly what you're doing. Is you take them from Facebook Live to your pre-launch, and what you want to do is you want to build up so much anxiety with them that they can't wait till they get it. Okay. Jeff Walker is the king of that. Although I believe Jeff Walker's days are in the past. Because I don't believe that he's staying up with technology. That's just my 2 cents. But his concepts are the same. His concepts is sort of build that pressure cooker. Okay, make them wait, make them wait, make them wait, and then you build up so much pressure they can't wait to buy. Christina says, okay, I'll break up all the chapters and teach each one. Yeah, and if you need some help with that, Christina, just reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Okay. Marissa says, boom. See, this is why I love you. I love you too, dear. David says, oh, yeah, we already talked about that one. So, all right, anything else before I get out of here? Love you guys. Hope you have had a blessed day today. If you need anything, please feel free to call, or not call, feel free to text, and I'll be happy to help each and every one of you. Great. Hey, if you guys are just tuning in, let me recap for you. Okay, let me do a 1-minute recap. So what we did today is we talked about how to sell on Facebook Live. Number 1, we said that you got to bring the goods consistently. Okay, and you can coach, you can do reviews, you can interview, you can do a workshop or some kind of backstage page. You got to be on at least 2 to 3 times a week. Be authoritative in your approach. Be emotional and real. And be super helpful. Step 2, you move them from Facebook to your list by giving something away. Okay, give something away, but you're not going to sell to them until at least the 5th time. So you're going to drip, 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 then drop and ask for the sale. Step number 3, you're going to tell a story, make it memorable, because people help you connect the points, and they keep people engaged. Step number 4, you're going to rehearse the transition. And the reason why you want to rehearse the transition is because the order of your Facebook Live is this. You're going to start with a welcome. Okay, you know, just hey everybody, how are you? Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Get your coffee, get your pen and paper. You're not gonna say you're waiting for anybody. You're not gonna ask if this is live. If the red button's on, you're live. You're gonna go and do the welcome and warm up. Then you'll move to the overview. Hey, here's what we're gonna be teaching on today. How many of you? And then you ask the question, how many of you guys want to learn this today? Give me some love, give me some hearts, give me some likes. Then step 3, hey, well, if you guys are gonna watch this, chances are people that you know will want to see this as well. Will you do me a favor right this moment, and will you share it? Okay. Then step 4, you teach the content. You get into the meat. Okay. Step 5, you practice the transition. Remember, so you give them a transition. You take them from the content to your pitch. Okay, by telling them, which is step number 5 in our process. You tell them what they need. Hey, some of you guys are gonna need this, 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 and this. Okay, and then you ask permission. You ask permission, so you tell them that, and then you ask permission for the sale. Hey, so I put all this together in my Launch Fuel Coaching Academy. Is it okay? Do you guys want me to tell you about the Launch Fuel Coaching Academy? Give me some hearts and love if you want to learn about that. So you ask permission, okay, which makes them stay, and then you give them the pitch, okay? So that's all under step number 4, you practice transition. Step number 5, you tell them what they need. Step number 6, you tell them about your offer. Here's what I offer. Step number 7, or under number 6, you tell them to send you a direct message, and number 7, you follow up with every direct message with a response, sending them to your opt-in form or sales page. Okay. The one thing that I didn't touch about is the post Facebook Live engagement. When I'm done, I'll go back, and if I have some time today, I'll go back and I'll answer most of those copies. The reason is because Facebook will continue to elevate me. Their algorithm will continue to elevate me the more engagement that I have, okay? So I'll go back and do that. All right, guys, well, God bless you guys. Have so much fun today. Go out and knock them dead. See you soon.